everyone, Mac is back with another guide video per request. We want to talk about talent points today and where do you distribute them, or where can you distribute them. Uh, there are two places you can distribute your points. You got the production talent tree and you got the battle talents. So when you want to gather resources on the world map, just you want to put your points in the production talent. When you want to have fights, you want to go into the battle talents. So for the most part, you're going to put it in the production talents, especially in the early game. And if you go the further down this tree that you go, the higher the buff is, or the higher percentage that you're going to receive. So for instance, the gold, the very last one here is the gold dragon production, and then if you click on it, you will see that you're going to get 288% production if you have it at the max level of 50. And this account that I have here is my alt account, or my farm account, and that's why I have it the whole way down there. So if you have a 288% and you look up here to the right where you're and hover over where your gold is, you can see that my hourly production is 589,000 gold per hour. Well, the reason it's as high as it is because I have this at a 288%. Now, when you're in the early game and you're trying to, you're trying to just build up some of your buildings and do some of your researches, the gold production is very useful because you'll be mining a lot of gold to make those upgrades. However, once you start going towards tier 4, the gold production is nice to have, obviously, because you're going to use a lot of gold for those tier 4 to get there. But you're going to be gathering a lot on the world map as well, so your capacity will be over. You'll be over the capacity. So you can see the gold dragon capacity here I have is 12 million. Well, a lot of those researches are 25, 30, 40, 50, and even some of them are 100 and some million gold. So your production's not going to be there. So you can be able to redistribute these points once you start to get towards a tier 4, and to do that you just reset it, and then you can archive it in your preset talents there. And so some of the ones you want to do at the beginning, though, which I don't have, at least as a farming account, so mine's going to be different. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. You can kind of tweak this how you want to. So you're going to have army carrying capacity, so that's just the amount that your troops can carry. So the higher percentage on this that you have, as you can see, you can 100%. So if one of your troops can carry 5 gold, do this, and now they can carry 10 gold total, which is a nice buff that you can send less troops basically to any of the nodes that you're gathering from. And then here is your gathering speed, so that's kind of self-explanatory. The higher you get that, which is at 100%, the faster that you'll gather. And this is one of those that's very, very key for kingdom versus kingdom, because if you're one of those that just likes to gather and you don't like to fight, or you make it in against a kingdom that's much stronger than the one that you're fighting, or that you're working with, and they may just you may not be able to fight. So gathering is the best what you want to do, and if you can get it 100%, then when you're fighting, or when you're gathering rather, you'll be able to do it faster and then gain more points for your kingdom. So that's something that's crucial as well. The biggest ones here, though, are the research ones. That you can get 55% research, and we all know that research is king when it comes to this game. So 55% for that one, and there's one more up here. As you can see here, another 30%. So now you're looking at 85% total research speed, which is just a massive, massive boost, especially in the early game. And to do this, what you need to do is you're going to start at the very top up here. So if I say I want to reset this, I have plenty of resets, so I'll do it. And you can reset this, and it'll give you all your talent points. How many you have? 280. So the very first one is already shown here that it's unlocked. You don't have it exactly, obviously, because you're 0%. But I want to unlock the next one. I just click on it. I say unlock, and boom, it gives the minimum for the first one, which is 2, and then it unlocks the second one. So now you can go off the tree. So which way do you want to go? I want that research bonus right there, right? So I'll click on this one. I'll unlock it. Then I want this research, so I'll unlock this. And then if you wanted to go the max level, which research you do, then you click on the highest, and boom, there I got 30% research right there. And as soon as you save this, well, actually not as soon as you save this, as soon as you click on this, it's going to give you that 30% bonus, so or that 30% research speed. So you'll get that buff immediately as soon as you unlock it. You don't have to activate anything. You don't have to put any equipment on or anything like that. As soon as I clicked on that, boom, 30%. And then you can go on the other side of the tree and then just keep clicking your way down. Now, what you really want to do is the further down the tree that you go, the higher the percentages are. So for instance, on the production side, if you looked, like again, we use the example of the gold dragon. So if you click on the gold dragon and you here and you go the way down, we were at 288%. That is a ridiculous boost, right? So if you click on the next gold dragon one with grain, there it is right here, the highest you're going to get in this one is 48%. So what I'm telling you is, if you have enough talent points to get down to this last gold dragon here, the very last one, but for the production, which is the third one, that's what you want to do. You want to get down there. Now, if you don't have enough, is maybe you're distributing them other places, then you want to go to the next level. So like this one, like I said, this one here, which we already looked at, which was 48%. And then there's one more right here, which gives you another one of 32%. So you want to try to get down as far as you can for those productions. And the other ones are the same thing as what you're going to try to do. Now, looking for the other resources in here, like grain, you're not going to want to touch because your crew troops going to eat those. You have stone, iron, and all those ones. And then obviously construction too. In the early game, get the construction. The construction will definitely be worth it as well, because you'll be upgrading a lot of the buildings. Once you get into that mid game, once you're one of those, 100 million players or higher, then the construction isn't as valuable. Some of the glory levels maybe you want it for. So yeah, you could leave it if you want to, but you could always mess with this and change it a little bit, because it's easy to reset it to get those talent resets. They're in the Alliance coins. They're really cheap, so you can get those easily. But there's two ways I would go about this with your other resources. Either just pick one, as in like iron production or stone production. Just pick one of them and then just upgrade every single one in that category. So then when you have it, you'll have so much of it accumulating up here that you won't even have to gather. You won't even have to gather for it. You can just gather for the other two, well, three as well, of course, but the other two as well. That's what I would do. Or you kind of have a balanced one. You can balance it out to every single one the best you can. And then there's also a third, and this is a third way to go about it, and it really just depends how many points you have. You may not have as many points to be able to do this, but it's to go over to the battle talents over here and to do the troop training, to get that speed, the troop training speed, which you can do here up to there's a 20%. There's two of them, and the other one is, I believe there's two. There it is. Yep. And so that one you can do is 60%. So you can have a nice little boost there to kind of pump out your troops a little bit. You don't want to get too crazy with that, obviously, because you need to protect your troops. So if you have too many troops, but that's always nice to have a buff to be able to get them out a little bit quicker. In the early game, you're definitely not going to want this or even need this. You're going to stay on the production side. Now, you're doing your production, you're getting a lot of your resources, and everything's going well. Well, now you want to go to fighting. So now you want to come over here to fighting. So what you want to do here is it's almost exactly the same. The further you go down in this tree, the higher the buffs are. So the very two key ones you want is the army defense and then the army health too, both of them. And as you know, I'm not a huge fan of defense, because defense is just that front line, getting that defense. Actually, the health is the exact same thing, but the health is just more valuable with the hit points. But so the army defense is very good as well. You're going to get 87% buff on that, and the same thing is for the army health. So you have both of those. You want to max those both out as the very first thing that you want to do. Now, depending on your fighting style, what you do next will depend on that fighting style. So if you're a two-troop guy, person, if you like to go with a cav spear formation, well then you're going to upgrade both of these cav and spear, because you can see that this spear one here, this attack is 53%. So you're going to want to max that out. Then this cavalry, you're going to max that out. You'll skip the infantry because you're not going to do that. Another cav attack, skip that infantry, another spear attack, and then keep moving back. And you'll see another army health one, which is it's a smaller percentage, only 13%. But at the same time, that's not a bad one to have either, because you'll have some talent points left over to go do that. skip this left side over here because it's fortification, it's bowman attack. You don't want any of that stuff. Leave the bow, leave the fortifications. We all know that's worthless. Then there's also an army attack at the very front, which it's a very small buff. It'll be 5%, and you probably want to upgrade that as well. So that's a couple things you probably want to do there. And then you can make these, you can archive these talents too. And if you try to archive them, then it's easier for you to switch over. So you're not constantly at the very beginning of the game. That's what you're going to want to, you're going to be doing. You're going to be going down through these. I'm gonna have to go, switching back and forth. So that's what you're going to have to do. But if you archive it, and you can see my archive I have here for my farm, I have gold and grain. So I'm making a lot of grain here. You can see that my grain production is really high, and so is my gold. And that's what I'm trying to do for this farm, so I can use this stuff. And then I have the army talents, which I rarely ever use for this account, but I put it there anyway, so you can just say edit, and there that you can see what my everything is on the battle side, and where you can see all my talents are the whole way down. You can see I have well, actually, I didn't even do defense here. Well, this account really doesn't matter too much, and I probably has been like this for a long time. So, but yeah, you could do that as well. And then if you go back, you can have, so I can just, all I have to do is press apply. So if I want to go back to my grain, my gold grain, I just press apply. Then you have to use a reset talent, which I have those. So I use that, bam, right there you go, you're good to go. So you can research those in the Macer's Tower. It's very easy to unlock. I unlock those 2 of them. I think you can actually do 3 if I remember correctly, but you can unlock 2 of them very, very easily, and to get back and forth between your production and your battle talents. And then once you get further along and you're more in your kind of bigger in your mid game, that's when you can get a little more specific to these. So like say you're leading a dragon rally, and we're fighting with cavalry, then you can have an archive as a cavalry button, and just you can just all of these as cavalry, and that's it. That's all the ones that you want. Or if you're, I guess, using a specific, you can easily change up your different army types as well. So if you're fighting with 2 troop types, you can change it up to that. If you're fighting with 3 troop types or 1, like I said, you can change that up as well. But that's kind of what you want to do with those. In my main account, I actually have this side over here in the production pretty much maxed out where I need it. So like the research, I don't even have gold dragon production because I have the farm doing that. But so I have the gathering speed and I have the army carrying capacity, both maxed out there. And then I leak that over because I have extra points left over, which I did on purpose to come over this troop training speed, and which is there's 2 of those down here. So I have those maxed out as well. So then I can just have 1 of those, and I can kind of make it a little bit easier. I'll have to keep going back and forth between a training and then a production and that kind of thing, and using those reset talents. But as you can see, the battle talents, there's 660 total just on the battle, and there's 605 over here. I don't think we'll ever get to that point where you'll be able to do that, have them all. You can get extra ones for the glory level of the castle. Once you get to level 25 for your castle, it takes a while to get there. I'll show you. So if you click on your castle, you have the glory level, and you click the question mark up here, so you can get talent points. So you can get 3 talent points at the very start. So as soon as you get the glory level, I highly recommend getting this first one, because that just pops out 3 right off the bat, and that's really, really nice to have. And then they increase incrementally, and eventually you can get up to 20, which will take you a very, very, very long time. As you can see, I'm only at 11 with this account. But it's just nice to have those extra 11, because you can distribute them wherever you need to be, because we're in the gold level there, I guess they have that as. So that's what you want to do there. And again, if you have any questions about the talents and about how to, obviously you're going to click on your, click up here and click your talent tree, and there are your talent trees again. So if you have any, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or send a PM. But until next time, Mac out.